Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to our presentation. Let me introduce myself first. My name is Trần Thị Hải Anh, a member of Group 8. There are two people in our group, my friend Ling and me. Ling, long time no see. How are you today?
I'm pretty good.
Okay, guys, have you ever heard about the story called The Story of My Life? Today, I could like to provide you with some detailed information about this book. Our presentation is divided into 6 parts. Let's begin with general information about the author. This book was written by Helen Keller. Her full name is Helen Adam Keller. She was born on the 27th June 1880 in Tucumbe, United States, and she passed away in 1968. And she devoted all her life to work for 3 major jobs: author, political activist, and lecturer. When she was a child, she has experienced a hard time. First, she was born with her sense of sight and hearing, the same to many other children. Unfortunately, she suffered from serious illness called brain fever. Consequently, she became a deaf and blind people when she was a little girl, just only 2 years ago. In 1880, teacher Annie Sullivan took responsibility to teach Helen, and they accompanied with each other for 49 years. In her life, teacher Sullivan played a remarkable role in helping her to communicate and succeeding in many aspects. Now, let us move on to talk about some information relating to the story. This book is one of non-fiction category, first published in 1903 in Ladies' Home Journal, and based on Helen's autobiography associated with her early life and her experience with teacher Sullivan. The memoirs cover Helen's transformation from childhood to 21 years old student.
Hi, why did you choose this book?
To be honest, I'm not the person who like reading books, especially long fiction. So I had difficulty in choosing a good book. In one day, I don't remember time exactly. I have incidentally seen the name of this book in a website, and I was impressed by the title. It seemed so meaningful, and I curious about the content. After I finished reading the story, I was inspired so much because it provides me and readers in general with a lot of precious lessons. I'm sure that everyone are wondering about the content. Link, can you talk to everyone?
Okay, the story told about the writer's life, Helen Keller. She was the first of two daughters born. She was born with a sense of sight and hearing. In 1882, she suffered from serious illness called brain fever, so she lost both her sight and hearing at just 19 months old. She became angry, screamed, and uncontrolled herself. Because her parents could stand her characters, in 1887, Sullivan teachers were invited to teaching her and have her make 3 murderous projects with her ability to communicate with other people. First, she refused to cooperate with teacher instructions, but when Sullivan separated her from families, based on Sullivan's supervision, her study will improve. She not only can communicate with other people, but also can acquire knowledge just when based on her peers. Now let's move on to the favorite characters. Hi Anh, can you guess the 2 characters I like most in the stories?
I guess they are Helen and teacher Sullivan. Is right?
Yes, that's correct. About Helen Keller, firstly, she a courageous, optimistic, and indomitable person. She overcame hardship, misfortune to achieve success. Secondary is her characteristic. Her characteristic provide inspiration and motivation to others. She devoted her life to helping others despite of hinders time to overcome the difficulties. Finally, she has an important dedication for communities and social movement in U.S. with her compassion, humility, and humanity. Thanks to her impact, many race improvements become available, such as better job trainings, more race books, and better education opportunities. She also fight for human rights. She was really a hero. Next characters. Helen's teachers. Miss Sullivan. The first thing I like this character is that Sullivan's experienced health problems and lost her eyesight completely. So she was very enthusiastic with Helen. The second, Sullivan is the inspirational teachers and diverse companions. This is so in the way she taught Helen. From a little girl who cannot communicate with people, she can render the prestigious universities and become an inspiration for many people. That's thanks to a significant part of Sullivan's. She has a patience, kindness, and empathy. Now we will show the video cutting from the film named The Miracle Workers. Adapted to the stories, this film could be more impressive than the book. For these videos, we also somewhat have a more realistic view of these characters.
Now let's move on to last part of our presentation, the moral lesson and all ideas. You know, each story has own lesson, and so do this story. It brings us many moral lessons. The first one is if you have persistent, laughing is impossible. In this story, Helen is unlucky people. She lost her eyes and hearing. She couldn't communicate normally. However, with her effort and motivation, she overcome the challenge, size, culture, her faith, and became successful in her life. Moreover, her inspiration also motivated people to overcome many difficulties. After I finished reading the story, I realized that no value such as time, health, family, and relationship is very important. Nowadays, the number of people who run after virtual value and they became selfish and unprincipled. Now we are having all things. We are much more lucky than many other people in society. So make bad use of it to succeed in our life. I remember a famous quote of Helen. I cried because I had no shoe until I saw a man who had no feet. Another lesson I gained from this story is that the more optimistic you are, the more successful you become. I really respect Helen, although they had faced many difficulties in her life. She was optimistic and full of energy. And I believe that optimism is the faith that leads to achievement. Nothing can be done without hope and confidence. Last but not least, have you ever wondered if you are uneducated, how will you be? So, education is an indispensable tool in our life. Without Sullivan's guidance and kindness, Helen would have lived in silence forever. And I want to thank so much for all the teachers who accompany and support me. That brings us to the end of the presentation, and now the world are facing epidemic called SARS-CoV-2. So I hope you will have a good health and good night in your studying. Thank you for listening.